Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today I am going to be testing 5 players distance irons or performance distance irons. And these are all hollow head construction irons that it's a growing market. The 5 I'm going to test are the Honma TR21, the Taylormade P790 second version, Ping i500, Cobra Forge Tech, and I'm going to test the Mizuno hot metal blade. We're going to see what I want in an iron, feel in terms of distance, in terms of landing angle, spin, such like. We'll show some numbers at the end. We're going to see what comes out on top for me. Now what comes out on top for me will not be for what comes out on top for everyone. One thing I should mention is if I had a PXG club to test here, it would definitely be in this test, but I don't have one, so can't test it. But they honourable mention in this category of iron. So let's get cracking on. I'm going to start off with the Cobra Forge Tech. I think this Cobra have done an amazing job with this club. The original Forge Tech was amazing. This just took on a whole new level, and it competes with the big boys like the Taylormades and the i500s. So we'll see what it does. We're going to start with that. One thing is, again, all the clubs don't have exactly the same specs, so we take the numbers at the end with a slight pinch of salt. I can't test everything in the same shaft, so it's going to be a little bit skewed, but there are some quite big differences that would not just be caused by the shaft, so let's get stuck in. So going into the Cobra Forge Tech, this had the strongest loft that we tested at 29.5. The lie angle of this club was 63 degrees. You'll notice not this one, but the one after that. This is one of the ones I was talking about that took off just like an absolute rocket. 197 yard carry or something. The offset is 3.0 millimeters, and the length of the club is 37.25. So it's quite long and it's quite strong, but for a hollow head design, it manages to retain feel, and it's just solid. We're going to look at the Honma now. This is the TR21, and as far as I'm concerned, this was the surprise turn up for the books. I'm disappointed in myself that I hadn't hit it before. We have full display set and demo kit of this model. This felt as soft as a Mizuno. It felt as powerful as the Cobra, the Ping, and the 790. It just had the best of both worlds. This is literally the hybrid player's distance, the model. If I was to pick a set here to play, where I would know that the 9 iron felt as good as the 4 iron, it would have to be this one. So we'll see how I hit it, and let's go. So as well as looking absolutely stunning, it felt and performed as such. Honma have done a terrific job on this hollow head iron. Honma, not a brand new company, been around for a while, just fairly new to the UK market. Producing a club that can spin as much as this does and make it go like a rocket is a mega achievement. I only say it's a surprise because I hadn't really hit it on TrackMan and seen the numbers and seen what it does. I've hit it, but only to get a feel for it. After this, I hit the 9 and the 5 to really get a feel for it, and I wasn't disappointed at all with them. In fact, I was incredibly happy with how they felt and how they looked. So next we go on to the Mizuno MP20 HMB hot metal blade. Traditional loft, and this is probably this is the softest loft we will hit in this test. 32 degrees, grain flow forged, 1025 carbon steel fused with chromoly is in it somewhere. Mizuno say it best, nothing feels like a Mizuno. This and the Honma feel the best. Softest off the face, I like that. That's what I'm looking for in an iron, but it does, because the lofts are a bit softer, I'm not going to try and chase after the numbers I'm going to get out the other ones. I'm just going to let the Mizuno do what the Mizuno's going to do, and it does exactly that. So let's have a look. So again, you can make the argument for this, so the Honma looking the nicest, the most traditional. Like I said before, this is the softest loft, and the lie probably suited me the most. My bad shot is quite a pull. The lie angle of this was 61.5. So that probably helped avoid some of the left shots I would normally get with the other irons. Length 37, the most offset, so that's kind of fighting against the lie angle, but this and the Honma were the top two for feel feedback. Not the longest, this one, but it's a Mizuno. Like I said to you, it's going to do what it's going to do. It's not going to be the longest, but it certainly felt unreal. I'm going to go on to talking about the Taylormade P790 now. The second version of this club, they improved on something that was superb first time around. They didn't change a lot, certainly not aesthetically. They've added lines to it like P770, P7MC. They've taken away the 760, but this has been the biggest selling players distance iron for a long time, and it's the longest. And I'm not surprised to see it was the longest. For me, the spin was a little bit low, but if you want to buy this club for it to spin, it's not, or spin a lot. It's not the club that you want to buy. You want to buy the 770, the 7MC, 7MB if you want super high spin. It goes long, it goes fast. Let's see what it does. So Taylormade have been the market leaders in this category of iron for so long now, and where you think they would go really, really strong in the lofts, they haven't. It's only 30.5 in the loft, 62.5 in the lie angle, 2.7 millimeters of offset. Here is where I was talking about comparing it to the P770. Now the 770 sits my eye a little bit better. It's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit more condensed. It's essentially a more condensed version of this, and it only missed out on this test by the basis that the P790 is the original player's distance iron. The length of this is only 37 inches, so but when you consider that, compare that to today's averages, it's on par. It's no longer, it's no stronger, it's just where you would expect it to be. So as far as I'm concerned, Taylormade do it very, very well, and if you're looking for something in this category, Taylormade is a very good option. So now we go on to the Ping i500. The last one we'll test today, certainly not the least. This really, really impressed me in the numbers. Ping, bit of a dark horse in this category, first time kind of venturing into it. Well, it is for a lot of brands, but for Ping, it's a superb club. Same loft as the 790, it's 30.5. I was hitting it in the red dot, which is 61 degrees. The length of it was 37. This is the dark horse of the whole test. I'll show you the numbers at the end, but this was superb. Let's have a look. Now again, this has the looks of the rest of the irons in this category. They all look like that blade style, but they all pack a punch. Again, another hollow head design here. I caught that one there a little bit low on the face. The club head speed was up a bit, but that went so fast for a low on the face shot. I would never expect to see it go that far normally from my Wilson Staff V6s. I had this in, like I said, 61 degrees, so that again favoured my ball flight. My bad shot goes left, so I want something that is going to sit a little bit flatter. I think I was laughing there about how low I hit that on the face, and it still went. This span the most out of the power ones, if you will. The only one that span a little bit more was the Honma, and we know how I feel about the Honma. Objectively, if you're looking at numbers there, it's the fastest, and it goes a very good distance. It probably, taking feel out of it, it does probably win. So we're going to do some data talk now. All club head speeds were very close. Ball speeds changed a little bit. Not a surprise to see, and certainly not sad to see, the Mizuno lowest on ball speed. Mizuno will never claim to give you massive distances. It will always want to retain some sort of Mizuno feel and Mizuno trait, and it did this very, very well. No surprise to see P790 and the Cobra Forge Tech, the lowest on spin, fastest on ball speed. What is a massive surprise and very good viewing is the Honma TR21X, highest spin and second ball speed, second highest land angle, and when you combine those with when you combine that speed with control, you've got a winner. If you leave feel in the test, Honma edges it. Mizuno felt the softest, but for the sake of this test, either Honma or i500 would go in my bag. The two longest were the P790 and the Cobra Forge Tech, so if you are looking for distance, then it's one of those. But for me, I would have to consider the other three, and probably in this occasion, it would have to be the Honma. On a side note, These are not the only numbers I look at when picking an iron. I would look at launch angle. That's a key one for me. I would look at dynamic loft and see what I'm looking to get out of an iron. These are just for this test. Also, when you're playing off a mat, what you should be aware of is that a range ball off a mat will launch a little bit higher and spin a little bit less than a Pro V on grass. And when you're getting fitted, please just be aware of that. Hi guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you sticking in. I know this was a long one. This is probably the longest there will be, but there was a lot of content and I feel a lot of good content, so I'm happy to make it that a little bit longer. But the moral of this video essentially is to try clubs. Keep your mind open. You don't know what is going to be out there for you. I was surprised a couple of times. No club is going to perform exactly the same for two people, so keep your mind open. But yeah, we did good. So please like, comment, and most importantly subscribe, and we can keep this going. So thank you.